Hello, welcome to Talk with TP. I'm your host, TP. In today's episode, we will discuss mindset, commitment, and strategies implementing your business. Today's guest, we have Rashad Jones Jennings, former professional basketball player, real estate mogul, real estate developer, father, husband, and a straight doer, man. So we'll discuss the ins and outs of Rashad's journey in real estate and offer listeners a special surprise at the end. So be sure listen all the way through for the details in today's episode. Shaw, what's happening, baby?
What it do? What it do? Hey, from here on out, I'm telling everybody, man, call me Shadzilla, man. I'm about to legally change my name straight up.
Yes,
Get the
sir,
receipts off
man.
me. I
Big
gotta get the receipts
Shawzilla,
off
man.
me. Huh?
I say Big Shawzilla.
Yeah, man. But everything good in my world, man. Just waking up, grinding every day, taking care of my family and staying out the way.
I know that's right, man. Tell the viewers where you from, man. Where you grew up at?
Man, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, man. West side Chattanooga, Grove Street, Maple Street. We grew up in a rough neighborhood, projects, other public housing surrounding the projects. But we made it out, and now my whole mission is to double back and make sure I bring some of my people with me, especially the ones that want to get out. I want to put all my energy into them because I know the light turn on for everybody at different times. So I'm not the type to go try to force something on somebody, like preaching to people. I'm the type to say, hey, who wants some change? All right, come over here and I'm gonna give all my energy to y'all. And then I'm gonna double back and come back, and it may be a whole group of people that light done turned on for them at that point. Oh, y'all ready now? All right, come on, because I just ain't got the patience for BS or trying to push somebody along that really don't want it. But not giving up on people, but knowing that it's seasons. You may be in a season where you're gonna do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just keep coming back around, and one of these seasons you're gonna hop on the train and be ready.
Facts. That's what's up, man. So tell me about growing up in the projects. How did it affect you?
I mean, I don't know if it really affected me because, like, man, I mean, it did affect me. But when you in it, you don't know no better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you in it, that's just what it is. Like I said, man, I used to come home. My mom used to be like, "Hey, iron your clothes for the rest of the week. The light's gonna be off to Friday." You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing that type stuff. Heating the house with the oven. You know what I'm saying? And that was normal. So
Right.
if you don't know nothing else, you ain't got nothing to compare it to. Until
Facts.
I got older, until I started traveling, and then I'm like, damn, that was we were fucked up. You say how it affect me, it turned me into a beast. It turned me into a savage. I play for keeps, man, no mercy, and everything I do. Even when I was in school, I wanted to be the best academically. I wanted to be the best in sports, and now I want to be the best in business. It ain't no on and off switch. Like I can't be the best in sports, half-ass in academics. I'm trying to conquer everything. If I'm doing it, I'm gonna try to. I might as well win while I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So that's a mindset, and that's something I want to talk about today because some people ain't got it, but you can always get it. But it's just being around the right people and stuff like that. So I definitely want to get into that. Do you believe in routines?
What you mean? Break
Like
that
you have
down a little
a
bit.
morning routine?
I don't got a really normal morning routine. I would say a normal morning for me will be I get up, I check my emails, I might read some. It may be a physical book or it may be some on CNBC or something like that. Just trying to get some daily bread. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the world? Because like I said, man, I'm in the world of business, man, and the rules change daily, weekly, monthly. So every morning I wake up just to see if the rules change. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And as far as the rest of my routine, right now I'm doing this big development. So, I probably I got an hour drive to my development every morning. So, once I wake up, get myself together, get out the house, I start heading down. And while I'm on that hour drive, I'm either making calls or listening to a book or listening to a podcast. So that hour ain't wasted. And then, once I get down to the site, make sure the workers straight, make sure they got what they need. Then I may make a few calls, maybe check a few emails while I'm on site. And then for the first half of the day, I'm down there. I leave at 3 or 4. and then I finish it out the office and leave the office about 9 to 10.
Gotcha. Now I want to circle back around, son. You said every morning you watch the news to get your daily bread, and I understand what that meant when you say your daily bread. You speaking about because you say the rules change in your business every day. You speaking about lending, mortgage rates and stuff like this. Can you go a little deeper and dive into that for us a little bit for the viewers?
Yeah. I'm talking about lending, interest rates. Seeing how the Feds raise the interest rates. Is there any talk about them coming down? That give me an overview of the market in the next couple months. Because that's a direct correlation if I'm gonna start back doing flips right now. Because them ARVs right now a little flimsy. Stuff sitting
What's
on
the
the market
ARV for the viewers at home?
after repair value. Like once I renovate a house, let's say I buy a house for 100, I put 50,000 in it to renovate it, so I'm all in 150. But let's say it's worth once I buy it for 100 and put 50,000 in it. Let's say it's worth 250. So the after repair value will be 250,000. I got $100,000 spread, right? When the market was strong, eating every day like clockwork. But right now, the market is kind of on the ropes trying to figure out what it's going to do. Those ARVs are selling probably 20, 30% under what it should have been
Gotcha. Gotcha.
because the high interest rates took a lot of buyers out of their price points.
For real.
So the 500s, the $500,000 approvals are probably now 450 for simple numbers. The
Correct.
$400,000 approvals now the interest rates went up. Now they at probably 350. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh,
it shifted a lot with the buyers. So it kind of made the market a little stagnant right now, especially for flips.
and I know that market has definitely knocked out a lot of first time home buyers, bro.
And that's why the tiny home concept came about. Like it knocked out a lot of first time home buyers. And especially in Atlanta, because the average sales price when I first got into real estate, it was 240,000. Now the average sales price in Atlanta is 433,000. That's
Dang.
almost a half a million. And,
Wow.
and, and the thing about that is like the wages in Atlanta is about 46,000. That's on average what people make. And if you go into these sub cities, it's a little less. In College Park, it's 36,000. You know what I'm saying? And with those kind of wages, you can't afford the rent or to buy.
Right.
Because with the
Right.
rent, you got to make 3 times the rent.
Right.
You got to be making 6,600 a month. If you what's 6,600 a month times 12? What times 12? What's that? That's about 100, at least 90,000.
Yeah, that's a
We
check.
that's double of what they really making. So they can't afford the rent or they can't afford to buy. That's why we created the tiny home concept because we created a market.
Okay. And for the viewers, we're gonna get to that too. For the viewers, we want you to know that Rashad is a real estate developer. Him and his partners have developed the first black-owned micro community in Atlanta, Georgia. What College Park, correct?
Hmm.
His whole entire team looks like him. They all got together and they put together a good project that got the city, the mayor, and local governments behind it. But it took some work, and we're gonna get to that in this episode. So, Shaw, what's your biggest passion?
My biggest passion. Okay. That's dope. That's a great question. What's my
Appreciate it.
biggest passion? My biggest passion is competing, man. But not
Competition.
competing with people. Like I like competition. I'm a sportsman. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I like winning. I like dominating. Like, you know, I just like the thrill of accomplishing a mission. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to say what my passion is is acting in dominance, being present in dominance. Like everything I want to do, I want to crush it. And if we go back and look at the track record, what I'm saying, in school academically, I went to school on the academic scholarship. And then I turned it into an athletic scholarship after I walked on. So I've always been having to prove myself with this domination mindset, which transferred over to me in business. So my passion is really coming back and helping people. Like it really irks me that it's a lot of stuff that wasn't available to us, when I was younger. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know you could be a real estate developer. That wasn't even on the table. We
Right.
didn't see them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And
No,
that's why I don't like, I'm pretty sure we'll get to that, but I don't like housing where it's all low income
right.
because you don't get the dream. Everybody in survival mode. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? You don't get to see the doctor coming home to his wife and kids. You don't see that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see the nurse going to nursing school, coming home, being successful, being a nurse. You don't see that type of stuff. You don't see the lawyer.
You don't.
All you see is destruction, frustration, and like I say, everybody in survival mode. So I'm heavy. I'm big on having mixed communities as far as income levels and things like that. Because I live that experiment. In the projects, everybody low income. That
Right.
that that experiment don't work.
Right.
You can't. Nobody can't tell me any different. I done lived it.
Yeah, and I can attest to that too. You don't. I didn't grow up seeing no lawyers and no attorneys and even black realtors. Like, especially a black developer, that never happened.
Yeah. I mean, one of my like if I could change somebody's like viewpoint on life, man, I think that'd be one of my passions, man. Like I just want to change the trajectory because I done seen so many people go left when they had the tools, but it was more influencing them to go left than positive influences to go right. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
see I see that all the time. I see that with my nieces and nephews. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I
personally too.
for 10 years, all of my 20s, I played ball abroad overseas. So, I'm popping in here and there with some positivity, but 365 days out the year, they're surrounded by negativity and bad influences.
Right.
So that's not even a drop in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the negative influences versus the little time I'm popping in the off season, so they can see some type of positivity. Like I can't even compete.
Uh-huh. And it's hard to compete when you being drowned out for the most part because you ain't around to really invest 24/7.
Right, right.
If money wasn't a factor, what would you do with your time?
If money wasn't a factor, what would I do with my time? Man, I would be coaching. I would still be doing something with the youth. I'll be coaching the youth. I'll be just giving them life skills, business skills, how to survive, sports skills. I love working with the kids, working with the youth because the thing about it, man, I don't have my time. I don't have any regrets. I gave it 100% every time I was on the court, even though I had to retire early. I do not have any regrets of, if I thought I could have did more or this or that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I gave it my all every time out.
Right, right. What challenges in your life shape you the most?
Man, all the rejection I had to face, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that turned me into a savage. Like seriously. Like when I talk about dominate, this is for all the times I was cut from the team, counted out, told I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't do this tiny home community. I did it. They told me I wasn't good at basketball. I made it to the NBA. They told me, people thought I was dumb. I went to school on the academic scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got the typical dumb job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the most talkative person. So, if you wanted to put your, if you wanted to stereotype me, that's the moniker that they'll put. That's the boat that they'll put me in.
Gotcha.
But the thing about it is, quiet as kept. I'm top 5% in my class. I'm on the dean's list in college. I'm taking 18 hours playing basketball with a breeze. I graduated early. Well, not graduated early because with the NCAA, you got to have a certain amount of hours.
Right.
But that first half of my senior year, I was done with my classes. The
Mm.
second half was just filler, just to meet the requirements of a full time athlete. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's what shaped me, man. All the rejection, and even when I was playing ball, like I had a highlight reel of all the bullshit I went through in my life. And by the time they finished with that national anthem and that ball go up, I'm pissed. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a highlight reel of everything that just all the rejection, all the stuff I had to persevere through. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and I just channel that energy. And that's one thing I want to do with the youth. Help them channel their energy. They using it for different for bad stuff. But if you channel your energy the right way, you'll get a better output. I feel like.
So hearing you pretty much come up and you was never you know how you play pickup ball? It seemed like with you going on in life, you was never the first pick. You was always you always had to prove yourself. Does that is that where you got your mindset from? Because
Yeah,
it's like no, I know you personally, and like you be in straight beast mode. Like
hmm,
you ain't taking no for no answer. If the door locked, you knocking that bitch down.
yeah,
And I know that about you. Like, so does that mindset come from having to always prove yourself and fight for what you wanted?
yeah, for sure. It's embedded now. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't see myself no other way. Like everything that I went through, like I mean, them just the cards I was dealt, man. Sometimes you gotta play the cards you dealt like it's the hand you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So we can either complain about it or do something about it. You know, that's why I'm big on taking action. Like, hey, we can sit around kumbaya and cry about it, or we can put the action steps together to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all that, you know what I'm saying, just helped fuel me and shape my mindset because nothing was ever given, nothing was ever expected to be given. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, until we got older, I didn't know people had it differently or better. You know what I'm saying? Unless we went outside the hood or went over somebody's house or, you know, we went on a field trip or something like that. But, you know, I'll tell you this story, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was flying around the country training for the NBA, and I was training for the Oklahoma City Hornets. This was when Katrina happened. So the New Orleans Pelicans, well, they was the Hornets then. They moved their team to Oklahoma City for I think about 2 years, and I was working out for them.
Okay.
So imagine me, man. I'll never forget this, man. I'm living in the projects. I'm living by myself. I got my own project. I'm in college, and I go to the airport. Once I land in OKC, they pick me up in a stretch limousine, wine and dine. Like it was just a whole nother life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm out there trying to make it to the NBA. I'm doing a lot of this stuff on my own. My mama don't know what's going on. She never been through this. Like I'm dolo. Like
Right.
I'm navigating my whole process myself. I'm 18. I'm 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this whole thing myself. And the thing about it was crazy because after that, after all the whining and dining, I'm meeting Chris Paul, I'm meeting the players on the team, I'm meeting the coaches, and we go home. I fly back, and I'm back in the projects, and it was like, damn, I remember that day. I remember that day because I was like, man, I gotta get up out of here, bro. I
That
gotta get up out of
desperation.
here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because it was just like it was night and day. But my thinking was, I gotta get out of here, get right, so I can come back and help my people because that nobody knows it's a whole nother life out here. That's why you see people in the hood that never leave
Yeah.
and they brag about never leaving. But I'm like, man, you got the wrong mindset.
Yeah.
It ain't about never leaving. It's supposed to be a temporary stop. This don't mean stop fucking with your people. You go get the game, bring it back like Robin Hood. And if
Facts.
enough people do that, then we got a system to where we
Facts.
can uproot our people and make them better. You know what I'm saying?
And that be the thing though. A lot of people get the game and don't bring it back. And that's something that we as a culture gotta change.
Yeah, and that go back to that scarcity mindset. Anytime you're trying to withhold information, you got a scarcity mindset. You don't think it's enough out here.
Right.
I mean, bro, I done lived in Dubai. I done lived in Dubai seeing Lamborghinis every 2 or 3 lights. You know, like just I've seen a lot of wealth, and I've also been in Uruguay. My first day there, I'm walking to practice, and I see a 4-year-old jump out the dumpster dive. You know what I'm
Dang.
saying? And all of that will change your perspective on everything. Because I thought we had it bad. We had it bad, but we weren't dumpster diving.
Right.
You know, at least we had food stamps and WIC and all that shit. Yeah, they dumpster diving. I'm like, okay, oh, 4 years old? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
I always say, man, traveling to make you smarter. I feel like, that's one of the things I want to do with my nonprofit. Before the seniors graduate, they should take a trip outside of the country to expand their mind.
What's your nonprofit?
Post Pro Cares, and what we do in my nonprofit is we help people in transition. Whether you transitioning from sports, whether you transitioning back to society from prison, or whether you transitioning from the military back into society. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of helping y'all, helping people and giving them a platform. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm doing real estate, but I'm not teaching them only what I'm doing because it's pretty much high level.
Right.
But the thing about real estate, it's 50 things that you can do. You can be an electrician, you can be a plumber, you can be a carpenter, you can be a general contractor. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that you can do.
Bruh, people don't understand that. Everybody want to be a realtor. They want to do wholesaling. They want to do all this, but people missing out on the 6 figure or even the 7 figure plays as an electrician.
Hmm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Like, bro, my concrete guy make money. my electrician, they make bank, bro. Like, a electric quote for a whole house minimum 6,000 on up to about 15,000.
One pay.
The materials ain't even that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they getting a nice pay for doing what they know how to do, and you just basically doing the same thing over again. You wiring the house. Once you
Correct.
know how to do it, it's the same process pretty much.
Same system.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, how many lights you want? Boom. Oh, you want a light here? Okay. And they wire it and they do the rough end and then they do the final.
And that's big. Like a lot of folks, and even now, since the pandemic, you realize how many trades are gone. People ain't got no trade jobs. It's hell, even in real estate, trying to get a roofer to come out or trying to get somebody to come out and repair an AC or fix an AC, especially in South Florida, bro. It's 3 week backlog. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
For something simple as that, because one, it ain't too many people that's trustworthy. These contractors ain't really solid. Majority of them ain't solid. They ain't holding
At
to the.
all. I ain't met one yet.
We need good contractors, man. We need them, bro. And people
Hmm.
just they don't want to take up the trades.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, man. That's another thing that I want to. That's why I wanted to do my nonprofit like that, because every time I gotta pay somebody, 9 times out of 10, they don't look like me. Like, how can we recycle the paper?
You can't.
So what I'm doing with my nonprofit is basically an incubator for me having my own in-house subs. So my nonprofit will pay for them to go to trade school. Once they graduate trade school, then they can start working on my projects.
Smart.
Now I'm recycling the paper and I'm paying my people, and we building this thing up together.
How big is commitment to you, bro?
Man, commitment is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you, that's what, and I use myself for an example, man. Once I commit to something, and I give you an example, man. Like I told you, I got my hands full with these development. Joe Johnson had asked me to coach his pro-am team, and I was like, man, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, how I'm gonna do this? We play once and twice a week.
Hold on,
Um,
let me slow you down. Don't just throw that out there like you know what I'm saying. Oh, there ain't no big deal. Tell me
yeah,
one. Let's run that back.
yeah,
How
yeah, yeah.
Johnson is? I want you to tell the viewers who Joe Johnson is.
Man, NBA All Star, NBA vet, possibly going to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? You know, 42 still can go. You know, just all around good dude. He asked me to coach his pro am team,
Okay.
and once I sat down and looked at my calendar, and once I committed to it, it was a no brainer. Like, hey, I'm gonna be here every week. We're gonna be on time, and we gonna win this motherfucker. And we did. You know what I'm saying? So once I committed to that, and man, look, man, I've been going. Facebook reminds you of a lot of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, they keep reminding me of stuff I said 15 years ago, like when I was in college, and I be talking my shit like, I'm gonna break hella records this year. Get the white out. I said that before my senior year, and I broke hella records. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And the day of the finals for the pro-am, I was in the office and I was like, and I put up a story on my IG. I was like doing a little work before we went to shift tonight. And we won it. You know what I'm saying? Like once I commit myself to it, man, it's like for me, winning, you're supposed to win. My thing is I want to dominate. I want to make you quit. Like, I'm
Frustrated
taking
shit
it
out.
all the way up. Like I suppose we supposed to win.
Yeah.
But like I want to see you quit in your face.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I get my satisfaction from. Like even when I'm playing Madden, I know a lot of people like when you about to win, they'll cut the game off so you don't
Yeah.
get your points and shit. Like
You get the
for
stats.
me, I want you to quit. If you don't quit, I don't feel like I don't get. It's like I don't get that extra oomph.
Yeah. Oh, you really want to humiliate him.
Yeah, if we competing, yeah, I wanna do you dirty.
Yeah. As you should.
But I'm playing clean, but I want to do you dirty legally.
Most definitely. So you grew up in the projects, you overcame all trials and tribulations growing up. You ended up going to college on an academic scholarship. You walked on to your college basketball team. From there, you got your a scholarship to play ball as a walk on.
Mm-hmm.
Dominate that. You break NCAA records with rebounds and things of that, and blocks as well. Then you move on to play professional ball in the NBA and overseas. Over time, your body get banged up. It happens. Now, now you got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? What do you do?
Goes right back to commitment. Goes right back to commitment. Once I said real estate is what I'm doing, I went all in on real estate.
But
And
why
the
real
thing
estate?
because my uncle had been grooming me all the way up to this point, subliminally, giving me books because he was in real estate up in Detroit.
Okay, okay.
And I was like, man, you know what? Let me check out this real estate uncle always talking about. Then I started reading books. I started reading the Rich Dad Poor Dad books. I started reading $1 Million Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading, and while I was playing, I was reading. I was reading on the planes. I was reading in my room. I was reading back at the house when I was playing. So I knew what I was going to do. And once I committed, it was no brainer. And the thing about that is, it wasn't sweet in the beginning. I didn't do my first deal for the first 6 months.
Right.
I retired with a couple dollars, but my mind wasn't ready for a 6 month like learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, I'm just keeping it all the way G. My spending habits didn't change, so that money was burning at a rapid rate. I'm still living like like I got these checks coming. I was in for a rude awakening. I didn't do my first deal for the first 6 months, but I stayed with it. And even though I was going through my shit then, trying to figure it out, trying to be the best realtor I could be, I was turning down coaching jobs. People thought I was crazy.
And
People thought
why
I was
why you turned down this coaching job though?
because I had already committed to real estate.
Back to the commitment.
You know what I'm saying? Go back to the commitment. Like, bruh, just if I would have jumped ship, I wouldn't be here now.
Right.
Like, bruh, like we doing $1 million deals. I don't talk about this on social media, but I'm gonna talk about this on your podcast because we keeping it all the way G right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to put all my stuff out there because I feel like you tell all your business, you won't have none. But
Right.
man, we doing $1 million deals right now. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. Hey, this year I'm probably gonna clip more than the one of the dudes on the bench in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man.
so
Up
so
here
I
with
feel
shit.
like yeah, I feel like I stuck with my gun, and I'm
Right.
just getting started because even though I've been in real estate 7 years, I only been investing for 3. Because the first 3 years, well, for the first 2 years, I was a deer in the headlights. For
Mm-hmm.
that third year, I was trying to run a brokerage. The fourth year, I realized I didn't want to run a brokerage. I want to invest. Then I've been investing year 5, 6, and now 7. So I only been investing for 3 years, and we already doing $1 million development deals, building whole communities. You know what I'm saying? And I got another $60 million of deals in my pipeline. I'm building a strip mall. I'm building a car wash. I just bought 9 acres where I'm trying to build 40 houses, build a rent. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing about me, I'm great at finding deals. Deal flow is not my issue. Now, once I conquer the capital raising part, it's gonna be on and popping, and we're gonna be self sufficient, vertically integrated.
Oh God damn, you was talking that talk, boy. That's why I had to bring you on, dog, because I know you and I've seen the growth. You know what I'm saying? I remember when you hit me and you told me you had just passed your test to be a broker. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And you wasn't, not only were you a licensed broker in Atlanta, you took it on the road. And now you
Hmm.
licensed to broker 2 states. You're a broker in Atlanta and in Tennessee.
Hmm.
Now when you was doing that as a broker, was you did you have, I know you had an office, you had post pro at in Atlanta. Did you have a post pro in Tennessee?
I did, but I didn't have a physical office. What I did was I got a spot there. So I was working out of my spot up there. You know, I had a spot on the water up there, and my plan is to get another office up there. Actually, one of my project manager and my property manager, she's willing to move to Tennessee to run the Tennessee operation while I run a Georgia operation.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So I plan to bring on 2 more people at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So I'm really trying to grow a vertically integrated company. I want to bring my GC in house. I want to bring construction in house. You know what I'm saying? I got property management in house already, and I'm also right now I'm looking into the thing of making it 100% employee owned company, like giving them stock, giving them equity, because what I'm realizing is in this frivolous world that we live in, and everybody got the shiny object syndrome. It's hard to retain people, but if you give them a piece of the action, they'll feel like it's theirs, which it is. You got equity, it's yours. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's a better quality because now people got a vested interest in the bottom line.
Right.
It's
Right.
not only my bottom line; it's our bottom line.
And when you say vertically integrated, I think I have an idea of what you mean. Vertically integrated means you want to bring in everybody in house. When you say bring them in house, that means you want your own general contractor and they team under Post Pro. They work for Post Pro only. Your mortgage team, your lending, and your inspectors and all that are all under one roof. So now you ain't gotta Google who can repair a roof. You already got them under the umbrella. You send them a text or email, hey, I need you on schedule for this day.
Yeah, we just sending them out in a company van. We just sending them out. You know what I'm saying? And I study the successful companies. Yesterday I had a closing in Tennessee. Well, Friday. Friday I had a closing in Tennessee. As I was driving up 75 to go to Chattanooga, I see a American Homes for Rent van. When I get back into the city that same night, going 75 South, I see American Homes for Rent van. For me, I'm big on signs, and I think like, man, why I keep seeing this American Homes for Rent? I done did business with them. They're one of the largest rental companies in the world,
Right.
based in Atlanta. So I'm like, man, they 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 got all this property and they vertically integrated. Like every day, that guy in that van is probably going around to 10, 15 houses a day, fixing stuff, handyman type work, and they probably got 10 of those vans going out. That just make it easier. Everybody got a vested interest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when the toilet break, all right, we'll put you on the list, and my guy go out. It's like clockwork.
Gotcha. And it makes sense. You started off as a real estate agent,
Hmm.
transitioned on to a broker. So it seems like you always wanted more.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
you seem to climb the ladder. You went from being a realtor. When you was a realtor, did you do your when did you do your first investment property?
I did my first investment. I did my first flip in 2018.
2018. What was it that you purchased?
Oh man, y'all gonna love this story. So it was actually a listing. So my first flip was a listing, and that was right after we left the Rod Cleef event.
Okay.
I think it was 2018.
Yep.
Because that's when that like and I told you on the phone I think a couple of days ago that event is what changed me my whole thinking because before that event I thought you had to have the money, you had to have the credit, you had to know how to do it. But Rod Cleef was telling us, hey, real estate is a team sport. And then once I realized how they did it, and that's when I first learned syndication. I'm like,
Right.
oh man, they don't got the money either. They pooling money together from investors. Okay, boom. All right.
I'm sorry. What's syndication for the viewers at home?
Syndication is when you pool money together. You either get them a debt return, a fixed return, 8, 9, 10% on their money, or you giving them a piece of the action, which is a piece of the equity. So you syndicating the deal. You raising, let's say if I needed to raise $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
what I would do is I put out a pitch deck and say, hey, $100,000 minimum. We need 10 investors at $100,000. We got 10 shares. If you want to get two, you can get that. But that's how we would raise the $1 million.
Okay.
100,000, or we can do a $50,000 minimum and accept 20 people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what syndication is. You pool the money together. You got an operator. You got limited partners, which are LPs. You got general partners, which are GPs. The GPs, the general partners, are the ones who are actually controlling the deal. The
Mm-hmm.
LPs are the passive investors or the debt investors or the equity investors.
Nice. You say you found your first deal after the Rod Cleef event back in 2018. It was your first flip, right? And
Yeah.
go
So
ahead.
yeah, let me tell you about that, man. And this is why mindset is so important, man. Without that event, I would have got a listing. I would have made $3,000.
Mm.
Without that, I would have been in realtor mode.
Right, right.
After that event, I told myself I'm the buyer. So I went to a listing appointment. We went over the numbers. I told the lady, I said, hey, I think we can sell this for 150. They said, you know what? I think, let's do it for 130. We just want to get it out, get rid of it because what happened was they was renting a family. Family wasn't paying rent. So now you know what that means? I gotta pay my mortgage and the mortgage on this house that y'all living in for free. We just need to get it off.
Okay.
So once she was like, man, 130, I was like, okay, if I put 40,000 in this, the ARV, which went over earlier, is
Right.
240. I can make $60,000.
One quick stick.
One quick stick. And guess what? I didn't know what I was doing, but I committed. I committed to finding out how to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
In the
sir.
beginning, you're not gonna know everything. I didn't know
Come
everything on this development. I'm not gonna know everything on the next one. You just gotta be willing to find the answers.
on.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying, man. Like, bro, like people say, "Oh man, how you get into development?" If I was to break this down to common sense, this is what I'll say: schedule a pre-application meeting. They gonna tell you everything you need to do. Do it.
When you schedule a pre-application meeting, who you schedule that meeting with?
You do it with city council.
Okay.
You do that with the city council. You schedule a pre-application meeting. The pre-application meeting is them basically um, hearing your pitch to see and them telling you what you need to do for the next steps. Whether it's sign up for RPA, regional planning agency, or doing a rezoning or doing a variance, like whatever you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but trust me, if y'all watching this, man, if y'all don't believe in yourself, at least believe in what I'm telling y'all because I actually done it. Don't take yourself out the game. Give yourself a chance, man. A lot of people take themselves out the game up here. They
They
don't
do
even
not.
try. Bro, I can't even count on my 10 hand, my 10 fingers, your 10, and everybody in Palm Beach 10 of how many people done came at me on all these different social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Oh man, I was gonna do this. I was gonna do that same tiny home community. I've been wanting to do this for years, but the difference is I'm not smarter than y'all. I wasn't gifted. Like this one, then like they weren't teaching us real estate in the fucking projects. I had to go get this information. Go get the information, put the action in play, and you gonna progress. Never make the same mistake twice, and you gonna progress.
Come on, man.
Man, don't take your ideas to the grave, man. I'm telling you.
Don't take your ideas to the grave, man. If you don't learn nothing else from today's episode, that right there, what he just said was powerful. Do not take your ideas to the grave.
I'm acting on everything, man. I'm going out with the clip empty.
Shooting.
And if I ever when I run out, I'm reloading and I'm going back.
Right.
That's the same thing when I kept getting cut in middle school. I got cut in 6th grade. I got cut in 7th grade. I showed up in 8th grade like, what's up? I'm back. Like, what's up? And I made the tick. Like, bro, like, a lot of time it be ego, man.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to see them. A lot of people don't want to see them on the come up. But the thing about me, man, I documented my whole process, man. You saw me from a realtor to a broker to a flipper, wholesaler, to building single houses, and then boom, damn, man, Rashad building a community. Yeah, you remember when I was going to all these conferences and y'all were laughing, talking about I was wasting money? Man, bruh, I was getting my knowledge up. I was getting around the right people, and I was taking out the cobwebs. I was undownloading the shit that I learned in the hood, and I was re-downloading new programs that the wealthy have in their head.
And that's how we linked up. We linked up at a seminar on the road in California. I'm leaving Palm Beach, flying to California. You leaving Atlanta, flying to California, and we met for the first time ever.
Yeah, Dolo. And anybody watching this, man, listen. I done spent my last on conferences before. Last. And I'll do it again with no hesitation because I'm thinking long term.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you gotta, bro, if you gotta go by yourself, go by yourself. If you gotta go by, I don't went to more conferences by myself, probably 99% than I went with somebody.
Me too.
Like, bro, waiting on other people to take you out the game too. Cause y'all, at the end of the day, y'all don't got the same goals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some get up and go about you. Now, I done been to my first conference I went to. It was in Orlando, Florida. I had found out about it 2 days before. I booked the hotel. I bought the ticket. I got in my car and I drove down. I didn't even know how to get to the venue. I'm asking the people in the lobby, hey, where the conference at? Can you point me to the conference? I don't know nobody. Right. But that's the type of stuff you got to do. You got to get it. I was out of my comfort zone. And I'm going to keep it G. When I went to that conference, I didn't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
And I felt like I wasted my money. But after that first event where I went and I didn't talk to nobody, I told myself, I said, it's up to me to get the value out of the conference. That'll never happen again. And then at my second conference was the Rod Cleef conference. And the good thing about his conference, he make you get up and talk to people you don't know.
It's very interactive. You never a Rod Cleef event, you definitely gotta go. And I learned something from you because that was my first conference. Mm-hmm. And what I learned from you was every person that we connected with, we wrote what we remembered about that person on the back of our business card.
Yeah. If y'all watching this and y'all go to conferences, you're not going to remember every conversation. So when you finish talking to somebody, write a short excerpt about what y'all talked about. So when you follow up, you got a segue to help them remember who you are.
Right.
So it worked both ways. Yeah. You get to remember what y'all talked about so you can follow up. And then and when you reaching out via email, call, or text, you can reiterate what y'all talk about and pick up where y'all left off.
Facts. Are you still out here showing houses or going on listing appointments?
Man, I ain't did that in about 3 years.
Ooh. So you gave up the whole realtor broker thing. You still got your license. You're still active, but you're not actively doing the work. Is that what
Well, I put my wife on. You know, I let my wife. Oh. Yeah, my wife got her license now. So my wife, I give her all that. while I work on development. And this is what I've been trying to do for years. And she came around. Yeah, she came around. She got her license. She got her first deal within 30 days. So, now she talking about putting her 2 weeks in at work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
it's like, man,
sir.
I've been trying to put you on game. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
remember that conversation we had over there in Miami on the rooftop?
I remember. I remember. Hey, trust me, I remember, dog. But like I said, man, the light turn on for different people at different times. And like once you get an $8,000 check for 30 days worth of work, and you weren't working every day for 8 hours a day, that's gonna change your perspective.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm proud of that, bro. You didn't even tell me that, bro.
Yeah,
And I
my
know
bad.
that was the struggle that you was having, and you
Yeah,
overcame that shit, dog. Cause
yeah,
you was down in Miami on their rooftop, and you was like, bro, like I'm trying to get a blueprint, but they ain't trying to follow. And I don't
yeah.
want to force it on them, but some gotta change.
Some
So
gotta give, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm doing is right, and I know I'm progressing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned earlier, climbing up the ladder. Like all I've been doing this whole time is reinvesting, reinvesting, reinvesting. I could have been playing, but I've been delaying gratification.
right.
Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you some shit, Troy. What's this? What we in July. In July, I made I made $205,000.
Mm-hmm.
I put it all up. I ain't buy a shirt. I ain't buy no shoes. I bought more real estate, bro.
Come on, man.
This is in 1 month. I'm saying I bought more real estate. I've been delaying gratification, man. I've been wearing this shirt for about 4 or 5 years, bro. This is my father and son sports camp shirt. Like I wear my stuff. Like, I get the sack and I don't go to Saks Fifth.
Right.
You feel me? I get the sack and I don't go to Saks Field.
Come
But like
on.
a lot of my material possessions you really can't see because I got buildings, I got land, like we doing, and that's how I'm able to say I got $60 million in development in the pipeline because I'm buying land and I'm building $5 million development right here. I got the plot next to it, that's 5 million, so that's 10 right there on one block.
So let's talk about that. You own, so you pretty much monopolizing, you playing monopoly pretty much on a whole block. So
The
you
whole block.
the whole block. So you own the land. I believe you own a strip mall and you have a car wash on one block.
Right. Two car
Tell us,
washes on one block.
go ahead.
One standing, and I'm building one.
Correct me when I'm wrong, my boy.
I bought the standing car wash so
Okay.
nobody else can compete with the one I'm building. So I'd rather compete with myself. So the one that's standing is called MVP car wash. The one that I'm building called overtime car wash.
So basically, what you did was you didn't want nobody coming around your block getting no money.
Nah. Hey, what was that? I think that was Kings of New York. He said a nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
You want all
I
that.
want in.
It's
Hey, I
so
want in on the whole block.
that's y'all. So tell me, take us through the process. How did you find these deals?
Man, driving for dollars. Both
Drop-
deals driving for dollars. So I've been trying to get that. I've been trying to get the existing car wash. When I say existing, I'm talking about the one that's standing. We're talking about two car washes, so y'all don't get lost in the weeds. So the one that's standing, I've been trying to get for 5 years. I probably sent that dude 10 mailers, and y'all gonna learn something about consistency with this. Don't give up. So I've been mailing them, mailing them, mailing them. Just so happened this time around, the guy was going through a divorce,
Mm.
so he responded. And well, let me back up. I rode by this existing car wash, and I saw a sign out there from a realtor. So I'm like, damn, they selling the car wash? I done sent them 10 mailers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay, cool. So I put in an offer with the dude's realtor. I wait about 2 weeks. I follow up with the realtor, and I was only about $20,000 off. So I was like, man, in my mind, if anything, they gonna counter, and we gonna meet somewhere in the middle.
Right.
They wanted 220. I think I offered 199, 190, or something like that. And the guy never responded. So I'm like, damn, like we ain't that far off. Why you not responding? Um, So I reached out to the realtor. He said, yeah, they not interested. They want the full price. And I was like, okay, I'll do full price. And the dude was like, I don't have a listing anymore. So I guess they fired the realtor. So I found the owner. I sent him a FedEx mailer with my LOI, my new LOI with the updated price. So my letter of intent is like a one pager, basically short and sweet. I introduce myself. I tell them about the property I'm interested in, and then I leave my business card, and I said let's get on the phone. I let my LOI be short and sweet, so I know they read it. For one, I know they opened it because it's in FedEx. For two, it's short enough so they're gonna read it.
Okay.
And all I want to do is start the conversation and get them to call me. And also, what I did, I put in the previous offer that I sent to his realtor. I put that in the packet too. So come to find out, when we doing a walkthrough at the car wash, he tell me the realtor never presented the offer to him.
No.
Yeah, yeah. So that's another thing. Look, I'll go around if I feel like some funny shit going on. I'll go around you because I know how to get to people. That's what I do. Like that's my like. I can find your whole family, man. Don't let nobody do nothing crazy to me because I can find you. Like that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I know your lineage better than you would. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came about, man. Driving for dollars. I saw the sign. I had already been after the existing car wash, and the guy, when we walk in the thing, he was like, the guy never presented the offer. I'm glad. He said, I appreciate you sending me that. Like he was relieved. Like it's realtors out here really causing their clients pain and suffering. Like that wouldn't have like he would still be paying $3,000 a month just holding a note when you got a ready, willing, and able buyer right here. You know what I'm saying?
Or the real
Um,
being negligent.
right. And to answer for the second part of that answer, I found the land, the one that I'm building the strip mall and the car wash. I found that driving for dollars. The guy had a sign.
$100.
Driving for dollars is when you just get in your car, ride, you got your notepad. Now, this is the old fashioned way. I used to drive on every Saturday and Sunday. I go through every corridor. I get off on the exit. I ride the corridor. Then I get back on the exit. I get off and I ride the next corridor looking for deals, writing it down, sending them handwritten mailers. But
What
now
makes
what I'm doing,
what makes you so driving for dollar is looking for opportunity when you look riding through neighborhoods looking for a property. But what are some signs that someone might see to say, okay, let me write this address down? What sticks out?
any signs of abandonment, high grass, filled, loaded mailbox, bad roof, the blue tarp on the roof. That mean they ain't got enough money to fix the roof. Different little signs like that. Vacant land. Those type of signs. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm out looking for product driving for dollars. When I first got in the game, I met a guy. He told me. He said, commercial real estate is like I forgot. I can't. I probably can't do it verbatim. But he was like basically, it's like you got to have groceries, and the way you have groceries, like you go get these, you got to go drive for it. He told me how to go down through every corridor, and like once you got product and you got options, you do that enough people gonna start calling you back. So, so that's what driving for dollars is, and that's how I got the land. I saw a sign in the yard. I called him. I put it under contract. I gave him what he asked for. And the crazy thing about it is two parcels on that land, right? Two separate owners. So the guy who owned the land next to it called the realtor and was like, he want to sell his land too. So instead of the realtor putting it on the market, he called me, asked me if I want that land too, and I said yeah. So I got both parcels.
Damn, off one melon.
Off one melon. Well, that land, the realtor had a sign in the yard.
Okay, okay. But it still came back to commitment and
Right,
consistency because it took you 5 years to get that deal.
right, right. And
Got you.
I've been wanting it and I got it.
Now you said something different. You said that you sent a FedEx mailer. Usually, people ain't sending no FedEx mailer to a prospect. They'll write a letter or they'll have a yellow card, or they'll write a letter and mail it with an envelope. You got a tracking system when you do yours. Why? And it costs more money. That ain't cheap.
Yeah. So if y'all can remember this concept, it's called zebras and cheetahs. Look different, run faster.
Mm.
Zebras and cheetahs look different, run faster. How can I stand out from everybody else who's sending these "We Buy Houses" mailers? Okay, all right. So this is the way I'm gonna this is the way I'm gonna stand out. For one, those "We Buy Houses" little postcards. That's a shotgun blast. You send 5, 10,000 of those out, and you just hope some shit come back. With my FedEx campaign, it's a sniper campaign. Sniper, like you sniping. You driving for dollars and you send these FedEx mailers to people who you roll by. You physically seen it. Like it's not a hope, wish, and a prayer. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it, the FedEx mailers cost $10 plus, depending on where you sending it. And another thing, they gonna open. Everybody opens FedEx. I don't give a fuck if you wasn't even expecting it. You gonna open a FedEx mailer because the price of a FedEx mailer is too expensive for spam.
Gotcha.
So they know you serious.
Right.
So now I know you open it. My LOI is short and sweet, so I know you read it. My business card, I got the metal business card.
Mm.
That stands out too. It's not the Vista print. You could get 50 for fucking 5,000 cards. You know what I'm saying? You just spam everybody. With these metal business cards, you're getting 100 for $500. So you got to strategically put these things out. But the thing about it is, going back to zebras and cheetahs, everything is different. The FedEx mailer is different. The paper that the LOI on is different. It's not the regular paper, it's the hard paper. You know what I'm saying? My business card is different. It's metal. So now, when I'm saying, "Hey, I want to buy your building," you're like, "Hey, man, this dude's serious." And you're not gonna throw my business card away because it's metal.
Right.
I got a metal business card. I play with it every day. I'm in my office room. Like I wouldn't. I can't throw it away.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But this is a card I got from somebody else. So that was like, okay, people ain't throwing these away like they throwing everything else away.
Exactly.
Let me put my metal business card in here too.
Exactly. That's strategic.
Yeah.
You became a realtor. You done the broker. You wholesaling. You flipping. You driving for dollars. You discovering some land. Now you're developing a strip mall,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta and you're doing inspections on your car wash. I'm familiar with the inspection process for a residential home. What are you looking for specifically when you're doing an inspection for a car wash?
What machines work? What machines don't work? What needs to be replaced? What needs to be repaired? So I was brand new to the car wash game. I had no clue about the car wash game at all. I stumbled upon these car washes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I didn't have a big homie to show me how it worked, this, that, and the third. So what I did, I went to 2 car wash shows. I met all the vendors. I met all the suppliers. I met the people who make the machines. Then I had 3 separate inspections on my car wash. The reason why I got 3 separate inspections was for my own knowledge and benefit. Now, when y'all watching this, don't think about how much money you got to pay per inspection, because it's a long term play. This car wash generate $4,000 or $5,000 a week. That's almost $20,000 a month. So I'm gonna spend $500, $600, $700 each time I want an inspection, just so I know going in everything that's wrong with this property.
Right.
So I finally got a quote that it's going to take me around $10,000 to repair everything. Then it's going to take me another 50 to rebrand it the way I want to rebrand it. The way I'm doing my car wash is no cash, no coins. It's all membership and it's all credit card.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We show up when shit break.
Right.
I didn't want to run it like the old fashioned way.
Yeah.
Repair guy on hand. I got my property management team, and then I got some servicers who can also come help repair.
That's dope. You're developing that, but now you find another deal. You find some land that's been on MLS forever.
Mm-hmm.
Realtors done seen it, wholesalers done seen it, investors done seen it, but don't nobody shoot their shot.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why. For one, a lot of people don't see the value in their own neighborhood.
Mm.
Even when this development was coming about, people was like, man, you can't do that on Gobby Road. You can't do that on Gobby Road. I mean, we doing it. Yeah, even the council member whose ward it was voted against it. Said not here,
No,
not right here. But my thing is, where?
why not?
Why can't we gentrify our own neighborhoods and retain the residents? Because that's all we trying to do. Why are
Right.
you voting against this? The mayor actually had to come in and be the tiebreaker vote because it was tied 2-2. And I don't know if y'all know about politics, but the mayor don't vote unless they want to.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
she came in and voted for, which pushed us over the top. So now that let us know we had the backing of the mayor.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Um,
how vital and important was that to have her back?
oh man, that was everything. That was everything. Because if we don't get that vote, we don't get the rezoning.
Mm.
If we don't get the rezoning, we don't get the build 29 tiny homes. It's still zone R1. So that was huge. That was major. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was huge. Her coming in, and it was a feel good moment too,
Right.
because as people are voting, like we on the Zoom call, as people voting, it's 2-2. Like damn. Then the mayor come in like, oh, I vote for, like unapologetically, like a matter of fact, like I'm behind this project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was a good feeling for sure.
So then, what does a project of this magnitude cost?
It's a $6 million deal, and it costs 2.5 million to do it.
How do you finance a transaction as large as this?
We did it all with crowdfunding,
Crowdfunding. How do you do
all with the people,
with
people
the
who look
people?
like me and you. Some people that don't, but for the most part, we did crowdfunding.
Nice. And how long did it take for you to get the money up for the project? Was it done in phases?
Yeah, it was done. It was done in phases. We had two raises. I'm gonna tell you a quick little story, real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you about the two phases. It's funny, man, when we talk about commitment and the way I operate versus the way other people operate. We had our whole financial commitment team. They had already committed to financing the project with us, investing. They pulled out the day before closing.
No.
Yeah, so and we buying the property from a wholesaler. So I don't know if y'all know how wholesaling works. So the wholesaler they on a time crunch with the seller. The wholesaler basically playing middleman.
Mm-hmm.
They got a timeline with the seller. The seller thinking we're gonna close. Our finance team pulls out. We need more time. They got to go back and ask the seller for more time. So they trying to tell us to get more earnest money. You know what I'm saying? So we had to double the earnest money and get a 6-day extension, and we had to raise 250,000 in 6 days.
Damn.
Yeah,
Thank God y'all
we,
got that, man.
yeah, we had to raise 250,000 in 6 days. So we did that. We closed on it, and then what we did, the first round we raised, we was giving away equity because we didn't have any entitlement. Entitlements and development means your rezoning, your approvals, your permits, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like in an ideal world, you do not want to close on the land until you got all your entitlements in place. I I was willing to take the risk without the entitlements in place because I feel like I was a seasoned investor and I had multiple exit strategies to get out. If they didn't approve tiny homes, they would approve townhomes. If they
Right.
wouldn't approve townhomes, they would approve the duplex or quad or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, or worst case scenario, we put this bitch back on the market and and break even.
Right.
So we gave away 20% equity. You put in 50,000, you get 1% on, and it's 20 shares. So if you put in 100,000, you get 2%. You put in 200,000, you get 4%,
Okay.
and that's based off an equity pool of 2.5 million.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. Okay. Nice. So y'all sold out pretty fast.
yeah, we did.
What was the process on that? Like you had in-house realtors, or how did y'all market that?
Nah, man. We went viral on Instagram. I mean, we went viral on Instagram. It really took off. I always say, man, dope sell itself.
Mm,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Once we put it out there, people just start gravitating to it.
gotcha. Do you think tiny homes are the answer to affordable homes
I
moving forward?
do. I do. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna tell you why. In my house, I got rooms in my house I ain't been in 10 times, and I've been there 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's so a lot of stuff that we tote and carry around, we don't use. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't we not using all of it. So, we just did a tour with the public yesterday. We did a lunch and learn with the public, and we had 15 people in one tiny house.
Damn.
You know, I definitely think it's the answer to affordable housing.
Okay.
Definitely. I
I
mean,
believe
we
that too.
we brought back a market that was about to be extinct.
Right.
Anything under 250,000 in Atlanta, you ain't getting nothing.
What are y'all tiny homes going for?
Anywhere. It started in the 180s. Supply demand made the price go up a little bit. So we got 199, 205, and 230.
That's still affordable. You ain't finding that nowhere, especially here in Palm Beach.
Nowhere, especially new construction. You got
Yeah.
your own community. It's not just your structure. You know what I'm saying? You got a community garden, you got a walking trail, you got fire pits, you got amenities. It's gated. You know what I'm saying? You got a dog park. You know what I'm saying? Like you got options. Like you got
Oh
a
yeah.
community now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all brought the bells and whistles. I remember when I was up there, I came and pulled up with you on site, man, and it was pretty dope. It was y'all was still breaking ground. Like y'all was still raking up the ground. Y'all just got the big manholes for the sewer and the
Yeah.
plumbing, all that. The damn 18 wheels stuck. You had to pick them up with a
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man. And I've been out there every day since you left, man. And we've been making progress. And man, I'm 7 days a week, dog. I didn't leave the office last night till 1 a.m. I mean,
right,
I ordered the fight. We was in some people's in here working. We got the fight on. I want to create an atmosphere where it's not a job to go to work.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I want to create an atmosphere where it's fun. Like I'm in here right now on a Sunday, and when we finish this podcast, I'm gonna cut the games on, and I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna vibe. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
yeah,
I want to create an atmosphere to where my life, I don't need a break from my life. Of course, I want to take breaks. I want to decompress. I want to take calls. I want to look at emails sometimes. But when I'm in it, everybody need a break. That's why you got halftime. That's why you got timeouts
right,
in sports. You know
right,
what I'm saying? But when you in it, you need to be respecting your passion, as Nip would say, and enjoying every moment of the marathon. Like this is a marathon, bruh.
for real.
You couldn't judge me on my first leg as a realtor. You couldn't judge me on my second leg as a broker. You couldn't judge me on my third lap as a flipper. You couldn't judge me as a wholesaler. You can't judge me as a developer because there's gonna be something else after this.
Yeah,
You gotta respect the whole race.
correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, man. You say you got about 60 million in projects going on right now. How are you handling all that volume?
It's hell. But I'm committed to figuring it out. And that's why I'm in here on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm about to go do my budgets. I'm about to pay back some investors. I just closed on a house Friday. I'm closing on another one Monday. I'm about to pay back my investors. I'm about to see what I'm reinvesting back into the company. and I'm finna allocate some money to bring on two more people at the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I can't do it all by myself. I want to build a team. I want to build a culture to where, one hand washes the other.
Most
But,
definitely.
like I said, man, having $60 million in deals, it sounds great, but it's a lot of work.
I believe that. How big are the systems in your business?
Oh, it's huge. I'm not perfect with it, but I recognize it and I know how important it is. I'm planning on getting a business coach as well,
Okay.
like somebody that's done it, not just somebody who's talking about it. You know, how you got some coaches that's good talkers, good motivators.
Yeah.
I don't need motivation. I'm internally motivated. I'm from the West Side.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need I don't need a rah rah speech. I need
Yeah.
tactics. I need somebody who can see around corners who done did it before me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I'm gonna be looking for in 2023 is getting the right coach. I thought about doing Rod Cleve's apartment coaching. I thought about doing Kent Clovelier's boardroom mastermind. 2023 is definitely gonna be about leveling up, and I feel like I've been leveling up every year, but now it's like, man, I'm tired of being the smartest person in the room. I'm
Right.
forcing myself in a room where I'm uncomfortable again.
Yes. Yes.
Because right now, I ain't gonna say I'm the smartest in the room, but right now, I gotta move up and challenge myself again, basically.
Most definitely. So I know you write your own deals. How do you underwrite your own deals? What does that process look like?
So when I'm underwriting a deal, let's say if I'm underwriting a flip, it's a couple key factors I'm looking for: what I'm buying it for, what I'm rehabbing it for, what the ARV is, how long it's gonna take me to finish this job. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And when I underwrite deals, I underwrite on worst case scenarios, not best case scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Even the tiny home project, we underwrote it on worst case scenarios. It's very conservative how we underwrote the deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and I just feel like once you understand the numbers, and Troy too, what I'm gonna do for your listeners, bro, I got a free deal underwriting mini boot camp.
Okay.
We could put the link down, they can sign up because if you don't understand a deal, if you don't understand how to recognize a deal, you don't know what you're looking at. That goes back to that land that we built this $6 million development on. It expired on the market twice.
Mm.
You know why? For one, they didn't see value in it. For two, they didn't know how to underwrite a deal for the highest and best use of that land. The city of College Park ain't do us no favors. They was against what we was trying to do too. We had to convince them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to convince them. The highest and best use was right there. 20. We could put 29 units right here, but it expired. Oh, we put it with another realtor. It expired again. Nobody wanted it. It's like the ugly duckling. Nobody wanted it.
Right.
But now everybody like, man, I can't believe you got that land for 155. When in reality, we overpaid for it. And I knew we was overpaying, but I understand highest and best use. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What are 5 ways the viewers can find a real estate deal?
5 ways. First, driving for dollars.
Okay.
Um, you know, and it's gonna depend on where you are with your money, man. You either got time or money. If you got a combination of both, you can really be dangerous. So I say driving for dollars is a way. You can do text blasts, you can do direct mail. I never lost money on direct mail. Every time I send out direct mail, something comes back.
And
Like,
direct mail is mailing right to the seller, right?
right, right. And this the thing. For all y'all listening, this the thing, right? Um, everything works. You just gotta commit to something. Everything works. And don't try to do everything at once. Don't try to do text blast, send direct mail, then do ringless voicemail, and then you doing voice blast. Like, you're gonna go crazy. Pick one thing, go all in on it, get some success, reinvest, 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 and then you can go, okay, now that I made 100,000 off this direct mail campaign, let me double this up and throw some money over here to text messaging. Because if you try to do everything at once, you're gonna run out of money, you're gonna get frustrated, and you're gonna tell yourself it don't work when in reality everything works. You just gotta
Everything.
commit and go deep and not wide.
So, what are five things that they're gonna need to buy their first investment property?
I would say first you need deal underwriting skills.
Okay.
Because this is the thing, y'all. They gonna let anybody buy. If the check clear, you can buy it. But you gotta the thing about it, you need to buy a good deal. You need to be knowing what you buying. You need to make money day one on the day you buy that property, man. When I buy my properties, it's a double whammy for me because I got my real estate license. So for one, I'm getting paid to buy a property at a discount.
Mm.
I'm gonna repeat that. I'm getting paid to buy a property at a discount. Like this house, the house like I bought a duplex, right? Well, and sometimes I use my commission as a weapon. I use it to beat out everybody else. I bought a duplex. I gave up my commission. The commission would have been about $3,000. I ended up making $190,000 on that duplex on that flip.
Because you gave up your commission for $3 grand.
But that's because I'm thinking long term. I gave up the right now money for the long term money.
Come on,
it's kind of what the Lakers going through right now. A lot of people don't see this though. The Lakers gave up their young core to win now. They won in the bubble, right? Yeah. Now they struggling. They 0-5.
Right.
But that's a direct correlation to giving up your young core to win now, and they weren't thinking about the later. So don't let that be you.
Right.
We talking basketball, but this also applies to life in your life.
Yes.
Don't give up the right now for the long term, because you're gonna be you done been done won a ship, you done been done spent that money, and then down the road you're like, damn, I'm fucked up, huh? You know what I mean? Right, but you're thinking about the future. That's why I'm always thinking about the future, man. I could go out and buy cars, I can go out here and buy jewelry, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. I got a plan. And my plan ain't based on Instagram. My plan ain't based on Facebook. My plan ain't based on what you think I should be having. I had one of my homeboys, you know, I wear a lot of I wear Versace shades, and he was like, bruh, he fucking with me. He like, bruh, man, you got all that money, man. Get you some more shades. I got 2 pair I keep in rotation. I keep them clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He like, bruh, why don't you buy you some new shades? You got all that money. I was like, man, I just bought a building. Fuck with me. I just bought a building, homie. You know what I'm saying? That shit you pass by every day, that's mine.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be some shit right there for 70 years, man. After I'm gone.
Right.
It's gonna be my daughters.
Come on, man.
But that jewelry you got, bro, you know, I mean, and like I said, I ain't knocking that because it's time for me to press the button and show my ass. I've been delaying gratification long enough. Yeah. So y'all gonna know I'm coming.
Definitely. So what you working on now, Shad?
Right now, man, I'm just trying to clear my plate. You know, I'm trying to get these tiny homes off before Christmas. I'm investing in some pre-IPOs. I really don't want to name drop what I'm investing in. But I'm investing in some pre-IPOs. I want to get into the private sector space. You know, just investing, man. I want to invest in space. I'm big on aerospace and you know what Elon Musk is doing and what Jeff Bezos is doing with Blue Origin. I feel like space and technology is the future. I feel like within my daughter's lifespan, it'll be a way that you can go to space regularly at a reasonable price. And when she has grandchildren, it's gonna be like normal, just how we hop on a plane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm big on seeing around the corner. I'm big on thinking years down the line. And you know, most of the money that I'm gonna make off this tiny home, it's already gone. You know, I'm putting that back up.
Right. What are you reading right now, and what are 3 books you recommend to our viewers?
This book right here is real good. The Millionaire Fast Lane. That's what I'm reading right now.
Okay.
It's another book called More Money Than God. It's about hedge funds. I just started a $10 million fund, so I'm trying to learn from the big boys. It's called More Money Than God. and then I just finished Relentless. I already that's my second time reading it. Relentless by Tim Grover,
Okay.
and that's a big mindset book. So what I'm reading is two money books and one mindset book right now. Well, I just
Nice.
finished Relentless, so you know, and I got what I got by the bed, and I'm rereading a lot of other books that I got. I'm big on reading. I actually got a library in my crib.
What conference you have on the board for 2023?
The Builder Show in Vegas in February. I'm going to the Builder Show. I'm trying to meet some vendors because we're building these communities. What I'm realizing, I can really make my budget very healthy by pre-ordering materials, and they got them at 60, 70, 80% discount. The only difference is they come from China and it takes 6 months to get here. So with that, I'm going to get a warehouse to store these materials. So, we just always have them.
Man. So I know you got you still have a coaching program, right?
Yeah. MVP community, man, bruh. I just started this joint about no, I started about a month ago. We have group coaching calls. We got a Telegram group. I talk in it every day. You get to pick my brain. You get all the courses I ever made. You get both of my ebooks, and then you get every other course that I made moving forward. So you'll get access to everything. Right now, and that may change. It's just $37 a month. I want it to be affordable because for me, my thing is I get pulled in so many different directions on all these different apps. Hey, can I pick your brain? Can I take you to lunch? I got some land. Can we do a deal together? So what I did, I created a central location to say, hey, if y'all want to talk to me, bro, come here. Come here. Because
Right.
this is where I'm at.
On one platform.
On one platform. Come here, holla at me. You got to go where people at. That's
Sure.
why. That's why I get up and go. When I found out Ben Marlowe was having a conference in Orlando, and the next morning I'm at the airport. I found out about it 8 at night while I'm at the office. The next morning I'm at the airport flying to Orlando. I went in Orlando 15 hours, but I knew I had to be there to meet him.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We're gonna drop that link in the description below so you'll be able to tap in to get that coaching and get on the coaching calls with Shadzilla. Shaw, where could the viewers find you on YouTube and Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook?
But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Post Pro Shadzilla, Instagram, Post Pro Shadzilla. But honestly, man, like if you really serious, bro, tap into the community. And I'm telling you, it ain't about the money. But I had to make y'all pay something because when you pay attention. I just don't want anybody in there. I don't want bots in there. Like it got to be paid. But I made it so it's affordable. $37 a month, and I'm giving you $1 million worth of game. I'm giving you breakdowns on deals that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the type to flash checks on Instagram. I'm from the hood. I think nigga the robbers gonna show up.
Right.
We don't do that. I'm programmed not to do that. But I'll show y'all in my group what's what. Like, hey, we just got a $70,000 check, on Friday, and on Monday I'm walking into 125. Now 130 because I paid myself as a realtor, so I got another 8, but it's separate checks. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about 205 over the course of a weekend.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm in here in sweats and sandals. You know what I'm saying? Like the ball player I am. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
But my thing is, I make this shit easy, man. I had people tell me in my Telegram group, man, I like the way you break it down and it's understandable and it's easy. Like, I'm not just, hey, look at me. I made 60 racks. Y'all can do it too. No. Let's do a case study on how I got to this. Let's do a case study on how I built a house and then use none of my own money.
Let me show you the blueprint. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, let me show you the blueprint. And you talking about $37, man? Hey, bro, I don't even want to be around you no way, man. Your mindset wrong anyway.
Fact.
But we talking about $37, bro.
That's nothing, man. That's nothing. So, Shadzilla, we definitely want to thank you for hopping on the podcast with your boy, man, and dropping these gems. This show is very impactful. I feel like people gonna walk away from here with something to take from it, to do, to implement, And it's all about mindset. And you showed that mindset, commitment, and following through will get you to where you need to be, man. We want to definitely thank y'all. I want to encourage all my viewers to make sure you tap into that coaching, get into the group, get in those calls, ask the question that need to be asked, and get the answers you're seeking. Follow Shadzilla on all his platforms. Make sure you follow the podcast. Follow me on my personal pages. And we're gonna continue to grow this channel and continue to educate our followers, man. Y'all have a blessed one, man. To the end, to the next episode, we'll get at you.
Holla at me.
For sure.